Hi, I'm Elaine Harding. Welcome to my new home at www.stampwithelaine.com. Stamping Up wanted to make a difference, and at the end of April they started their COVID-19 Giveback campaign to support communities and frontline workers during the pandemic. This is the card we're going to be making today, and it's from the Share Sunshine PDF download. It's a digital stamp which is downloadable on the internet. Share Sunshine PDF download by Stamping Up English in the UK, Japan, Australia and New Zealand, and it is in US currency at £12, and it will be converted into the local currency of your financial institution at the current exchange rate. So it's 15 pages altogether. It's a digital stamp set, and they carry light-hearted and thoughtful sentiments and imagery relevant to the unique COVID-19 and social distancing situation. 100% of the proceeds will go to the World Health Organization's COVID Solidarity Response Fund, or to the United Way Worldwide's COVID-19 Community Response and Recovery Fund. So you have an option, split it equally between the two, or select whichever fund you would like to give aid to. The first 4 pages are instructions on each page as to what colour to use, the coordinating colours and the suggested coordinating products. And of course there's one in Japanese as well. And then there are 15 pages to print, which I suggest you print in cardstock. I've used Whisper White. You can use your dies or punches or whatever to cut these out. So these are the sayings. I'm smiling under this face mask. Have a quarantini. What a year this week has been. Hang in there. Quarantine and chill. And so on. So there's 15 pages of it in various colours. Some are in black and balmy blue. It's good value because you can download it again and again. And of course you are donating money to the charities. The Giveback campaign started on 28th April and the PDF will be available until the 2nd of June or later if the offer period extends beyond 2nd June, but Stamping Up will let us know. When a PDF has just only sentiments and words, it's difficult to visualize what you can do with them. So I've made samples and gone through it page by page, not all the sentiments but some of them, to give you some ideas, and I'll talk you through that later on in the video. But I'm sure for the moment you want something I can demonstrate straight away, and so we'll go back to this card. Now this card base is 8 3/4 inches by 4 1/8. In metric that's 22.2 by 10.5 centimeters in Night of Navy. Then on the long side it's been scored at 2 7/8 inches. That's 7.3 centimeters. This sentiment, I can't wait to social undistance with you, is on page 2. The Just Breathe sentiments, but wear your mask, is on page 9. I've die cut these with the smaller nest of rectangles, and it's the second largest one in this nest of stitch rectangles. For the inside of the card there is a matte layer in Seaside Spray, and that's been cut at 5.5 by 3 3/4. In metric that's 14 centimeters by 9.5 centimeters. You need 2 matte layers, one in Seaside Spray and one in Night of Navy, and these have both been cut at 3.5 by 1.5. That's 8.9 centimeters by 3.8 centimeters, and that's to go on there like so. This one will go in here like so, and that will go in the front, and that will go on the back there. We need some in colour DSP, the 6x6 stack for the 2019 to 2021 in colour papers, and you need the Label Me Lovely punch to make a face mask. You'll also need some white baker's twine and the holiday rhinestones. I actually did a video yesterday on my Top Tip Tuesday, which is published in my Stamp with Elaine Facebook page, so I'll give you a link on my blog, or you can, if you subscribe to my channel, if you look at yesterday's post, you'll find how I made the mask, so it's no point me going through that again, and I shall just use the one I made yesterday for the card today. So first I'll assemble the card. This is the Seaside Spray insert, which I'll glue to the inside of the card, leaving an even border on these 3 sides. Then I'll pop this one on top. This is Night of Navy. And I'll leave that till later because I need to glue this one on first. So I should just put a bit of glue on here, a bit of glue on the end, and stick that down. And it shouldn't matter too much because I'm going to put glue on this one as well and glue it to the back. Make sure it's lined up. Then I can adhere this. Take the backing paper of the dimensionals and then glue that on top here. And glue this on the back of that so that it doesn't show. So in fact what I'll do is I'll put it on here and close the card. Grab my rhinestones and I'll put a darkish blue one here and 2 smaller ones down here. And that's the card finished. Some of the items I've used are retired or they're quite old, and some are not. It's just a way of using up old papers. So this one on page 1 is with the I totally share my toilet paper with you, and I've used some old cardstock and I die cut those from a large layering circle and with a scallop background, and cut the sentiment out of the stitch rectangles, and I use retired cardstock for that. And this one, it was die cut with a layering circle, and I use the Love What You Do for the background. It's a photopolymer stamp, and I don't know whether it's retired or not, but this is from the Blossom Punch, and the stamp set is the Thoughtful Blooms, which I used on this one here. And that is the Timeless Label Punch. I think it's called. On page 2, I use the I Can't Wait to Social Undistance with You, and this is from the Floral Essence papers, and this is in Blackberry Bliss, and the stamp set I used was Floral Essence. For this sentiment, I punched that out with a 1.5 inch circle punch, and then in Blackberry Bliss with a 1 3/4 inch circle punch. The label is from Stitch So Sweetly, and the papers are the same as this one, 6 feet apart but still in my heart. On page 4, I did 2 ways of doing the martini or the quarantini. This is on the note cards and envelopes, and I embossed that with a scripty embossing folder, and then die cut the martini glass with the stitch rectangles, and I think the label is retired. So that's one way of doing it, or you could use the stamp set, and the stamp set is Sip Sip. I don't know if it's retired, but I did a bit of stamping with that one. Moving on to page 5. What a year this week has been, and I used the Back on Your Feet stamp set and the C.S. Louet DSP, and these are the flower faceted gems. A lot of these products are actually retiring. This next one was Quarantine and Chill, and there's a stamp set called Witticisms, so I stamped this Relax and Chill It Out, and then I sponged the label, put some Tropical Oasis DSP on the side, and that makes another card. This is the note cards and envelopes. Then the Stay at Home one, this is from Our House to Your House photopolymer stamp, and I fussy cut the words and popped them up. On page 7, I took the business on the top, PJs on the bottom, and I just cut the sentiments out separately. I fashioned a shirt myself and put a tie on it to look business-like, and then this Tropical Oasis paper looks like pyjamas, so I cut a pair of trousers freehand for the trousers on the bottom, and the embossing folder is called the Coastal Weave. On page 8, there's a pair of pyjamas. I changed out of my night pyjamas into my day pyjamas to send you this card. So again, I cut that out freehand. With the night pyjamas, I put a drawstring on it with some linen thread. I tied a little bow, and for the day pyjamas, I put a little faceted gem on it. Page 9, I made a birthday card with this sentiment here. That's a 2-inch circle punch and a 2.5-inch circle punch. The paper's from Birthday Bonanza, and the stamp set is Bonanza Buddies in Grapefruit Grove, which is a retiring colour, and I used the sequins from Celebration. I also made this card from this sentiment, which I demoed today. On page 10, we've got the hearts, so I used the heart duo punch. One is the plain and the other is the scalloped. Sending hugs from a distance, and I used that sentiment here, and I hand drew the flowers to mimic the flowers here and coloured it in petal pink and old olive. I also took all the sentiments from here, hey, what you doing, and smile, using the tailored tag punch. This is the Silhouette papers, and that's punched out with a 2-inch circle punch. And this one says, just feeling the need to reach out and send a card to someone. And this is the reverse side of this paper. On page 11, I combined these sentiments all together. So this one is the centre step card, and I used We're in This Together on the base, and die cut that with the Stitch So Sweetly dies. Then on the back, I use the Timeless Tropical stamp set and Fussy Cut I Miss Your Face on there to stick on here. I'm thrilled to bits with how this turned out. This uses the thank you sentiment here. I did a video on how to do a cut Hawaiian shirt, but instead of a collar I just cut out a V, and I published this on my blog post on Sunday. There will be details in the blog post there, but I'm really proud of this. It took me ages to think it up. And that's the inside with the ornate style greetings. These are using all the elements here, and I use the Butterfly Wishes stamp set to create an image on the side here so it wouldn't look so bare. And the inside is you're seriously the best. And for this one, this is the art design papers. I can't remember what it's called. I used it as a banner right across the card. Thank you for your service, thank you for your care, thank you for your sacrifice. And on this one, again, this is the 1 inch circle punch, 1.5 inch circle, 3/4 inch, I think that's retired, that's a 1 inch. I think that's Pacific Point. For the last cards, I used the Memories and More card pack. There's some lovely things in here. So I used some of these to make the cards, and I used the stickers as well. So these are using the Memories and More card. I cut it in half so I could get 2 out of the 1 postcard size. So this one is on page 13. I stay at home because you stay at work. Thank you, hero. And this one is 1 day at a time. And that's one, there's no place like home for now. Everything will be okay. We just can't see what okay looks like from here. And this is again from the Tropical Memories and More card pack. Isn't that pretty? So again, that's one of the sentiments from here. And then I used a sticker and cut the sentiment from here and rounded the corners so I could stick it inside the sticker. This is the Aloha, which means hello, not alone, just apart, and using some Tropical Oasis DSP that matches this. And that's the heart one, again, love conquers all things. So that's the samples I've made. It was a mammoth task to do all those cards just for one video, but it's done now. If you've been inspired by all the cards that I've made so far using this downloadable PDF, it's $12 US. It will be converted into your local currency at the current exchange rates, and 100% of the proceeds will go to charity. So I hope you've enjoyed today's offering, and pop back for more inspiration next time. Thanks for watching. Bye.